Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Angela Shakti Sparks with Heart Magic Healing. And in this video, we're going to talk about emotional fluctuations. And the truth is, we are emotional beings. We are emotional, and our emotions are a beautiful guidance system when we allow them to be. So think about those children that you see, and you'll see the child playing, and then something happens, and then they're crying or upset about something, but then they they don't know, they're not taught yet how to block those emotions, and if they're allowed to feel it, they just the emotion flows through, and then they're happy again, and then they're back playing on the playground. So there's something to be said about this that adults could really learn from. So emotions, energy in motion, they are meant to move, and emotions are truly our guidance system. So just today, for example, this morning I woke up, I was in a great mood, I was feeling great, I was well rested, and then something happened that it was a little thing, right? But it triggered me a little bit, and some frustration came up, and so rather than a lot of times when that happens, what we do is we go go to our go-to emotional response, which is often we feel it for just a moment, and then we do something to distract ourselves. So we get on the phone, or we go check email, or turn on the TV, or whatever it is, whatever your distraction method is. Or we stuff it down, right? We're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that right now, I can't deal with that, like I've got to get on with my day, I don't have time to deal with this. So we stuff it down. And so whatever that go-to habit is for you, it is not serving you, and that emotion stays there and hangs out, and then it starts to collect other emotions that are similar. Or when we try to resist them, sometimes that actually just intensifies the emotion. So we try to uh, push it away, and instead of it disappearing, it becomes more intense. The other thing I know happens too, for me especially, is we go into these hot thought loops, right? So maybe it was a thought that triggered that negative emotion, and so then we start going down this thought path, and then it just keeps re-triggering that emotion. So that's why I call it a thought loop. So like we have the thought, and then it triggers this emotion, and then we think about it some more, and then it triggers that emotion again. And so now we're in this like thought loop, negative emotion spiral. So I invite you to begin to create an awareness, because awareness is the first step, right, to making any changes. Becoming aware of what your pattern is. What is your emotional reaction go-to pattern? Do you go on these thought, emotion spiraling loops where it just keeps reactivating? And once you have that awareness, then you can stop the pattern. When you notice it, you just stop in that moment. Be like, okay, I see what I'm doing here. I had this thought and it triggered this emotion, or I'm feeling this feeling. And instead of just ignoring it, or saying I don't have time for it now, or distracting, I'm going to be give this emotion the attention that it is calling for, because they are calling for something. Emotions, anger, for example, is about boundaries. Often, if something angers you, there is a boundary that is being crossed, or there's a boundary that needs to be set. So, when you have emotions, allow them and be curious about them. Stop and breathe. Just stop and breathe and feel it. Maybe name it if you like, and ask that emotion what it is there to show you. What is it guiding you to or away from? Is it guiding you to something that you need to look at, need to address? Is it guiding you to needing to set a boundary? Or is it guiding you away from something, like, hey, this is not in alignment with who you are and what you desire? And so this emotion is showing up to say that this is not the right direction, the right path for you. And so then you can choose to shift your awareness, shift your focus and direction in another direction. So I invite you again, when emotions arise, honor them and allow yourself to feel them. Most emotions pass through in 60 to 90 seconds. So if you just will take a few breaths, feel it, name it, allow it to flow through, and just ask it what it's there to show you. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. We offer many vibrational activations in our Heart Magic Healing community that work with processing emotions, learning to feel and process your emotions, learning to use them as a guidance system, learning to allow them to empower you, and also just learning to clear them and uh, uncover or open up to what is there when you learn to process emotion, because it does open so many things up, and it can open things up. It can guide you in the direction that's going to be more beneficial for you. So please join our community on Heart Magic Healing on Circle. The links will be all below, and we look forward to seeing you in another video. Thanks so much for watching. Much love.